What's going on, Aquarius? Welcome to your reading for mid-October 2021. In this reading, we are going to look at your overall energy for mid-October. We are going to look at what you don't see coming for mid-October. And we're also going to look at any messages or advice from your angels and spirit guides. So thank you so much for being here, Aquarius. Keep in mind, this is a general reading. So if it doesn't resonate for you this time, that just means it's someone else's reading. And if that's the case, come back next week, because every single week I do post new readings for the sign of Aquarius and all the other signs as well. So check your other signs for a full forecast of the big picture energy. But with that being said, based on the law of attraction, if you find yourself here, this reading is most likely for you, okay, Aquarius? So let's see what's going on mid-October. I'm going to shuffle the cards and let's go. Messages for Aquarius mid-October 2021. As always, I want to thank the angels, interdimensional beings, spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination and allowing it to flow synchronistically for the Aquarius gang watching this reading right now. Messages for Aquarius mid-October 2021. What is going on? Last one. Messages for Aquarius mid-October 2021. See what's going on, guys. Oh, wow. A lot of intensity a little bit here. All right, let's see what's going on, guys. All right. Wow. This is, it seems for some of you, this is going to be a super intense period of time. We have a lot of negative cards jumping out of the deck, but they're not really negative, right? It's always to help you grow. So let's start off in the overall energy, Aquarius. We have the consciousness card. This is like the Ace of Swords. We have the guilt card, and we also have the conditioning card here. Okay, so I feel like for mid-October, guys, there's some sort of like deep realization that you're having about your own life. Most likely the big picture of your life. This consciousness card is all about utter clarity. Like, no one can tell you anything. There may be something that you're realizing that it's an inner realization that no one else would be able to comprehend besides you. And it has to do with your own life, I sense, okay? Also, the guilt and the conditioning card. I feel like a lot of you guys are feeling guilty in mid-October because of this realization that you're having. It's almost like you know that you're going to have to leave some people behind, okay? I see a major ending to your life. Some of you may be dealing with the realization that you're continuing to do bad things, or like they're not bad, but they know they're things like bad habits. Maybe you're eating too much, or you're hanging around with people you know you shouldn't be, and that realization is causing a lot of pain, a lot of deep-seated negative emotion within you, okay? And it's almost like this feeling like you don't know how to get out of it, and the feeling is you're going to feel guilty once you break away from this conditioning. So maybe you have people around you that eat a certain way. I don't know why I'm getting that for a lot of you. It's like maybe you always go out to Applebee's, or you go to some sort of restaurant that you know you don't like the food there, but your friends like it, and that's the only way that you connect with your friends. So there's going to be some sort of pain about a deep realization that you're having, okay? We're going to clarify those cards in a second, Aquarius. What you don't see coming, okay, is kind of more of the same. We have the Thunderbolt card. This is like the Tower. We have the Ordinariness card, and then we have the Outsider card here coming through. So there's a feeling like like somewhere, wherever you find yourself in your life right now, with the people, the place, it's like you know that it doesn't serve you, but you feel like you belong there, Aquarius. You feel like maybe for some of you, it's you live in the same state for your whole life, and like moving outside of it, maybe it's what you really want to do, but for some reason you haven't done it yet because of guilt and conditioning. But for what you don't see coming, this is a major shift in perspective. It's almost like the universe is going to throw you out of your current situation, and you know that. So for a lot of you, this may be manifesting in the sense of things breaking down, right? A lot of times the universe will give you signs, and I feel like you're starting to really realize, like, oh my God, like maybe you're living in a house and it starts like the walls start like breaking, or you get so many problems that it's just like you can't keep going on. So I see, for what you don't see coming, like you're finally going to move away from this, but then that moving away from whatever painful situation you're dealing with it's going to lead to feeling like you're an outsider. Okay, so this is like the Five of Pentacles. So you may be dealing with for a lot of you, Aquarius, for some of you, it's definitely has to do with moving like to a different place. You may know the people who are around you, okay, and you're like, well, I don't know anyone anywhere else. So also this ordinariness card. So for some of you, it's like you're going to let go of a bad habit or people, and then your life is just going to seem ordinary. Okay, that's what I'm getting for this ordinariness card. But there is great joy in ordinariness, and you know that. Okay, the only reason why you're going to be forced almost to let go of these bad habits or these bad people is because you know, even if it's exciting on like a low vibe level, right? Like eating crappy food, it's stimulating, but it's horrible for you. So when you move into a higher vibe state, maybe you move into a different literal state or different country, it's going to seem a little bit ordinary. And I know that doesn't really make sense because sometimes when you travel, it seems like it's all exciting. But for some reason, there's going to be a moving into ordinariness. Okay, we're going to clarify all that in a second as well. And then message from your spirit guides. I feel like it has to do with all this. We have the clinging to the past card. This is advice, by the way. So they definitely want you to stop clinging to the past and clinging to this conditioning that you're dealing with. We have the control card, and we also have the projections card. So they're saying that you're projecting how you think your life is going to go. Like, if you leave the situation that you're no longer being served by, your spirit guides want you to know that you're not necessarily going to be the outsider. It's just what you're projecting into the unknown. You never actually fear the unknown, your spirit guides are saying. You fear what you project into the unknown. You also have this control card, which shows that you staying where you are. Okay, so like whatever this realization is about, I feel like it has to do with your friends or a certain habit or something along those lines, maybe a job. It makes your life look good from the outside, staying in there. But you, as this consciousness card, above the stars, in this utter stillness, utter clarity, you know it's for you, it's not working anymore. And how you feel is the most important thing. So your spirit guides want you to know that the only thing holding you back is like how you're going to look to other people, or even how you look to yourself. You may have an idea that my life has to go this way in order for me to really be happy. Okay, so now we're going to get into your reading, Aquarius, and clarify some of these cards here. It's a very dark time, but it's going to lead to a brighter day, definitely, for sure. But you're just kind of going through the thick of it right now. So let me help you guide through this. Let's clarify this consciousness card. Why is this consciousness card here for Aquarius? Let's do 2 major shuffles right now. Consciousness. This is utter clarity. This is like the Ace of Swords. You're like, whoa, woke up from a dream almost, right? Yeah, wow. You have the King of Swords to clarify this consciousness card. So this is you having an inner resolve, an inner discipline, knowing that whatever I've realized, there's no going back. And so you have to be strong. So right now you're having the realization that, oh my God, I have to be strong, but can I do it? The King of Swords, yes, you can do it, Aquarius. You guys have this in you. Although you're a water sign, a lot of you have a deep, like almost air within you to just cut through bullshit. Okay, so this is a deep knowing, and you, on all levels, it's like even if you're scared, you know you're going to have to commit to this real, because if you lie to yourself about this realization, it's just going to get worse, right? You may run into that. So there's a way to avoid that. I feel like the way to avoid your tower moment where things start to really fall apart more than they already have is to make the jump before you're ready. So maybe for some of you, it's moving, dropping that bad habit, making a new routine and sticking to it, okay? Let's clarify this this conditioning card. I'm getting that this has to do with like your own lack of discipline or caring what other people think about you because of this realization that you're having. Like you feel like you're alone, definitely. Why is this conditioning card here for Aquarius people? Let's see. Why is this conditioning card here for Aquarius people? All right, 2 things. The conditioning card is clarified by the eight of Cups and the Justice card here. Okay, 8 of Cups into the Justice. So whatever you're leaving behind, like whatever this realization is that's forcing you to leave something behind and walk away, it is good. Like, there's a reason you've stayed in the situation you're in for a long time. Whether that just be a state of apathy and laziness and just accepting your life as it is and not really standing up for yourself, there's a reason you haven't left. So it's going to be a painful walking away. And so that's why you feel so bound to it. It's not like you're in a situation, Aquarius, that's horrible. You know it's bad, but like it's almost like the devil tempting you to stay because you know you're worth so much more. Then you also have this Justice card here. Okay, so there may be some sort of like, for some of you, it may be a legal issue that's binding you to someone. For some of you, you may share a child. Okay, you may have custody issues that's preventing you from walking away. There's something here about like something serious holding you back. Maybe you're dealing with like a school system you can't really drop out for some reason. You're tied to a situation. On the other hand, though, this card says for others that this is karma. This is karma shifting in your benefit. So you've been conditioned for so long, and it's almost like the universe is going to give you a little push and be like, yep, it's your time to go. So Justice says you've been trapped for too long. The scales are going to tip to your side, where maybe it wasn't the right time to walk away before, and now it is. Okay, and you can't take this feeling anymore because you are a lion. There's something like, the feeling I'm getting is like you're actually doing something really noble right now, Aquarius, where it's like, you don't have to do this. I want to get that through your head right now. It's like if you just sat back and you didn't walk away, or you had the realization and then you just didn't do anything about it, sure, it would suck and it would probably be painful, but it's not like your life is going to end. But I think the universe is pushing you out. So you are noble. For you to actually walk away, it's very high it's like this is like where the movie of your own life begins, really. So let's clarify this this Thunderbolt card. I really feel for what you don't see coming. This is what happens if the universe is trying to push you out of a situation and you don't care or you ignore the signs. So, I don't know. Let's see. Why is this Thunderbolt card here? What is this sudden... Because I feel like whatever realization you had is just going to get deeper. And that's how it goes with consciousness. It only gets deeper, right? If you're at a certain level, it keeps expanding. Expansion is the point of life. But why is this Thunderbolt card here for Aquarius? Yeah, you have the World card, okay? The World popping out to clarify the Tower. So there's a certain phase of your life is over. For a lot of you, for some of you, I mean, it's like a sort of person, it's like the phase is over, okay? And you've done some good things. Like, the reason it's hard for you to let go of the situation, Aquarius, is because like it's pretty good. Some of you, it may be a teaching job, it may be a certain high position that you have, like a ranking. So that is, for a lot of you, I feel like you're in a good position that's comfortable, but it's killing your soul. And so you have to know that that's not going to go away. Like, you're not going to be able to be comfortable in your situation anymore, okay? So let's clarify this Outsider card as well. Why is this Outsider card? This is what happens when you move on, okay? For what you don't see coming, I sense like what you don't see coming is like when you take the jump, you're going to be like, oh my God, I'm in this new situation and I feel so like isolated, right? But why is this here? Let's really see what Spirit has to say. Why is this Outsider here for Aquarius? One more. Why is this Outsider here card here for Aquarius? The Outsider is clarified by the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords here. Okay, so this is a card about like blocking off of being closed down, of not really being willing to explore some sort of situation. So I feel like what I'm intuitively getting is like, even if you stay where you are, that's kind of quote unquote comfortable, you're still going to be, you're not going to be able to expand your life. But even when you move on to that new situation where you're feeling like the outsider, I feel like this is a self-imposed limitation. You know, this is a feeling of like you're doing it to yourself, because it's almost like the feeling is your mind is telling you that things are going to go how they went in the past. That's the fault of the human mind, where we think we base our future expectations on how it went in the past. So a lot of the subconscious feeling I'm sensing for some of you is that this big jump, this big realization that then causes you to shift your life, you think that it's just going to be the same result in like 10 years, but it's not. So the situation you find yourself in right now, This is unique. It's never going to happen again. For a lot of you, you're thinking it's going to happen again. So this is, I mean, this is super powerful stuff, guys. You know, I feel like it just takes courage and knowing that your life isn't going to get any better if you don't change. If you stay where you are, your life's going to continue. It's going to get worse, actually. So I know that's not super inviting to hear, but I'm spitting the truth here. I'm not like some sort of like give you a rose-colored tinted tarot reader, as you could probably already see. So let's move on finally to what your spirit guides are saying to you, Aquarius. Clinging to the past, control, and projections. It's like you guys, you may just not be doing the work. And if for those of you putting in the work, what do I mean by the work? I mean listening to your heart and acting on the dictates, taking the road less traveled. A lot of you guys aren't doing that. But even if you are doing that, Spirit is saying it's just because you're experiencing a reverberation of your energy. In this physical time-space reality, it takes time for momentum to shift. It's called the law of hypnotic rhythm. So right now, I feel like what your spirit guides are saying, you're experiencing a reverberation of energy. It doesn't have to stay like this forever. And the universe reveals its secrets to those who dare to follow their heart. So you're at a big crossroads here. I can see it, Aquarius. Okay, you have like negative card, negative card, negative card, negative card. Like literally most of these cards are quote unquote negative, but it's almost like you're destined for greatness here and you're starting to follow that path. Like you're starting to follow the path that you're called to. 99% of people don't do that, but it's almost like you've had some sort of awakening experience already that you're too aware to stay, right? Most people don't know how the universe works. They don't have a high degree of a consciousness. And so they're comfortable. It's like ignorance is bliss. You don't have ignorance anymore. And if you try to pull that on, it's going to keep getting worse. I keep saying that, and that seems like a very pessimistic reality, but I'm just giving you your energy, okay? A reflection. So let's clarify this, this control card. Your spirit guides want you to release control. Okay, once again, it is the feeling of you're expecting it to go as it already has in the past. I don't think that's true. Why is the control card here? What do your spirit guides want to expand on that control message? So it's like you're not, even if your life looks good on the outside, guys, you're not happy in it right now. Right? You're not happy in it. So it's like, why would you? All right, so the control card is clarified by the 8 of Swords here and the Queen of Cups. Okay, so for a lot of you guys, it's exactly the frequency that I was describing here, where it's like you're stuck in a life that seems good to other people on the outside, but you're dying on the inside. But guess what? These ropes are very loose. You're the one that's able to untangle yourself. And I really do feel like when you do, this is the Queen of Cups energy, you're going to have emotional freedom. You know what you don't have in your life right now, Aquarius, most likely? Emotional freedom. The Queen of Cups is all about emotional mastery, you could even say. Okay? Some of you may meet a mentor that will help get you out of this, a more feminine type energy. You could even say it's me in this reading right now. But I really sense this is your own energy. So this is what lies on the other side of you taking this leap of faith. So maybe your life isn't as good on the physical plane right when you take the leap. Things will always recalibrate. When you follow your heart, it's going to be better than it was now. But there's more. There's a reward for untangling yourself from this control. Okay, for taking. There's certainly it's really the Queen of Cups was representing your higher self. But a lot of you guys, once again, you're closed down and you're almost saying to yourself right now, I can hear it, like you're almost like, no, it's too good to be true. If I take the leap, I'm always going to be an outsider. If I take the leap, I'm never going to find a new place that's as comfortable as where I am. That's bullshit. Okay, but it's always hardest in the beginning, Aquarius. It's always. So that's why you're clinging to the past, because you don't know. It's like maybe you tried to mess around with meditation and visualization for a while to try to create a better future, but then if you just tamper with it and you don't commit to it, remember, you had the King of Swords. If you just tamper, nothing happens. You have to be disciplined here, especially when you're moving on. I remember this happened to me. It's almost like a situation that happened to me. I decided at a certain point in my life to drop out of college. And while I was in college, I was eating unhealthy. I had all these bad habits because I hated what I was doing. You know what's funny is the moment I decided to drop out of college, maybe I had less material abundance for the time being, and then it came back around, like it will for you too. I had less material abundance, but I started to love myself. I started to eat better, naturally. And so that's what's happening with you here. It's like you're going to naturally ascend if you can just take this leap of faith, okay? Let's also, the last card we're going to do is this projections card here. So this definitely has to do with what you're thinking is going to happen when you take this leap. Okay, let's see though. Why is Spirit putting this projections card here for Aquarius? Why is Spirit putting this projections card here for Aquarius? Yeah, so we have, oh Lord, we had a sneaker coming out here. So we have the Four of Cups here for the projections card. So I feel like there's an offer for you. You're thinking it's not good, but it is. Because the other card that came out here is the Two of Cups. Projections. I feel like there's a certain person in your life that could help you get out of the situation. Okay? And it's something that you love. But for some reason you're not I feel like you guys know what you have to do in your life. But you're not taking it. Okay, but it could be so amazing. So the overall message to you here today, Aquarius, is really, you have to give it up to God. Let Jesus take the wheel. You ever hear that? You guys are trying to, you're putting your physical brain through a struggle that it doesn't need to go through. You got to let God fight your battles. What does that mean? You let Spirit, you have to say to yourself, if I'm so miserable, for which a lot of you are, in your current state, where you live, your job, if you're so miserable there, you just have to take the first step that God gives you, which is to leave, or the universe, right? I don't like the word God. Good orderly direction is another acronym for God. Once you take that first step, you did your job. You don't have to worry about all this other crazy stuff that you're heaping this burden of trying to figure exactly what it is out, trying to overjudge that person who could come in and help you. Don't do that anymore, Aquarius. Okay, so this is a super powerful shadow work type of reading, but I appreciate all you guys who are here. And if you resonated with this reading, then consider booking a personal reading with me if you feel guided to. Click the link in the description box below. Also, like this video, do all that good stuff. But Aquarius, my hand goes out to you. If you can take this leap, I completely honor you. Guess what? I honor you either way, just as the universe does. But I really think you can improve your life here. Go with this realization. All right, Aquarius? So I'll talk to you on your next reading. This was a bit of an intense one, but I think you needed it. All right? Peace.